Hi everyone. This week's first reading is from First John. Hopefully you had a chance to read the reflection in the vine, but I wanted to focus on part of that section in our video reflection today. So I'm going to read to you towards the end of that passage. Hear these words from First John. We love because he first loved us. Those who say I love God and hate their brothers or sisters are liars. For those who do not love a brother or sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they have not seen. The commandment we have from him is this: those who love God must love their brothers and sisters also. I've been thinking a lot about these words from First John this week because they are powerful and they stand out in the text as sort of pointed, aren't they? When I read them, I can't help but feel like the author has sort of paused and looked at me, maybe given that head tilt, that look, and pointing his finger directly at me. Love is such a big, beautiful word, right? It has so many shades of meaning in our culture, and I'm struck sometimes in myself at how quickly I can talk about the love of God and the love that I've experienced in God, the grace I've been shown, the gifts of safety, even the beauty of creation as an expression of God's love. I love to talk about all of that because I know it's true. But then I get stuck on something or someone who really upsets me. I know God is love, but did God really mean I have to love that person? We could all fill in the blank, right? And in this peculiar time in which we live, where we're still separated from one another, we're not talking regularly with one another as we used to, but we're still inundated with news from around the world. Sometimes we find ourselves taking sides, pointing fingers, wondering how God could possibly love those people, many times people we do not even know ourselves. That's why we need to go back to biblical texts like First John. That's why we reread them throughout our lives. No matter how old or how young we are, no matter the trajectory of our lives, no matter how shaky or solid our faith feels in any particular moment, these words of First John are still meant for us today. We all have work to do on loving one another. And as the passage reminds us, that work begins in going back to God's love for us. When in doubt, when angry, when despondent, when confused, when feeling rejected or unloved, we go back to these words and remember God's incredible gift of love for us. Indeed, we do love because he first loved us. Amen.